In this video, we're going to talk about something that becomes more important as we grow older, the art of keeping certain things private. After 65, life changes in quiet but powerful ways. The world slows down, the noise fades, and you start to realize that peace doesn't always come from what you share. Sometimes, it comes from what you protect. Many seniors tell me that even though they love their family deeply, they've learned that not every thought, feeling, or plan needs to be shared. Too much openness can sometimes bring stress, judgment, or misunderstanding, and after a lifetime of giving and explaining, you deserve calm, not chaos. So in this video, we'll uncover 4 personal things you should never reveal to family after turning 65. These aren't secrets out of fear, they're boundaries built on wisdom. Because the older we get, the more we realize that peace, privacy, and dignity are worth more than anyone's approval. Before we start, I'd love to know, where are you watching from today? Just drop your state or city in the comments below. It helps us feel like one community here, learning together and supporting one another. Point 1. Never reveal the full picture of your finances. Money can be a sensitive topic, especially within families. Many older adults think that being open about their savings or retirement funds will help their children plan better for the future. But what often happens is the exact opposite. Once people know how much you have, expectations begin to form. Even the most loving family members can start to view your money as part of their plans, not yours. You might start hearing little comments, "Mom, maybe you shouldn't spend on that right now," or "Dad, you don't need another trip." At first, it might sound like concern, but over time, it can turn into subtle control. Suddenly, every financial choice feels like you need someone's approval. And when that happens, your freedom, something you've earned through years of hard work, quietly slips away. You've spent decades saving, working, and managing responsibilities. Now, this stage of life should be about enjoying the fruits of your labor, not feeling guilty about it. You don't owe anyone an explanation for how you use your own money. Yes, it's wise to plan your estate, to give when you wish, and to help your loved ones if you choose. But remember, help should come from love, not from pressure. Keep your finances private. Let your generosity come quietly and on your own terms. Because the peace that comes from financial independence isn't just about dollars, it's about dignity. Point 2. Don't keep repeating your deepest family disappointments. As we get older, our hearts carry both love and hurt. Every parent, at some point, has felt disappointed. Maybe a child became distant, said something painful, or chose a path you never imagined for them. Those memories can sit deep inside, and sometimes you feel the urge to bring them up again, hoping this time someone will truly understand how much it hurt. But repeating those disappointments rarely brings healing. It often does the opposite. When you reopen old wounds, even gently, the people you love may pull away to protect themselves. You might notice their eyes change, or the conversation quickly shifts. Not because they don't care, but because guilt and discomfort can build walls faster than understanding can tear them down. And the more those moments repeat, the heavier your own heart begins to feel. There comes a time in life when peace means choosing silence over winning an argument, and calm over being right. You don't need to erase your pain, you just need to stop handing it back to people who can't carry it. Find softer ways to release what's inside you. Write it in a journal, pray about it, or talk with someone who truly listens without judgment. Healing, in your 60s and beyond, doesn't come from others finally saying, "I'm sorry." It comes from you deciding that your peace matters more than the past. When you stop repeating the hurt, you stop reliving it. And that's when real freedom begins, the kind that feels light, quiet, and strong. Point 3. Keep your inheritance plans private. Nothing tests family harmony quite like money, especially when it comes to inheritance. Many older adults think that by discussing their will early, they'll prevent future arguments or confusion. But more often than not, the opposite happens. Once people know what's written in your plans, comparisons begin. Why did she get more? Why is his name on the house? Questions that quietly sow resentment where love used to live. Even families that seem close can start to shift when inheritance becomes a topic. You may notice a different tone in conversations or a sudden change in how people treat you, not always out of greed, but out of emotion, pride, or insecurity. And once those feelings surface, it's almost impossible to put them back. That's why the wisest choice is to keep your estate matters private until the right time. It's perfectly fine to consult a trusted lawyer or advisor. Make sure everything is legally clear and fair. But beyond that, let your written will speak for you when the time comes. That paper will carry your voice, calm, organized, and final, without unnecessary debates or hurt feelings. Until then, enjoy your family for who they are, not for what they expect. Share moments, not money. Laugh together, not plan together. You've already given them the most valuable inheritance possible, your love, your time, and the lessons your life has taught. Everything else can wait. Peace in your home is worth far more than any dollar amount on paper. Point 4. Guard your fears and vulnerabilities. After 65, it's natural to feel moments of worry, about health, memory, loneliness, or even the fear of becoming a burden. These feelings are real and valid. But here's something few people will tell you: when you start sharing every fear openly with family, they begin to see you differently. They may start treating you like someone fragile instead of someone capable. And once that happens, your independence slowly begins to shrink without you even realizing it. You've spent a lifetime being strong, raising children, facing challenges, surviving losses, and adapting to change. Those strengths don't disappear just because you've grown older. But when you constantly talk about your fears, the people around you might start focusing only on what's wrong, instead of all the wisdom, courage, and experience you still carry. That doesn't mean you should hide your emotions. Speak up when something is serious or when you truly need help. That's strength, not weakness. But also remember, not every worry deserves an audience. Some things are best shared with a close friend, a counselor, or through quiet prayer. Because when you guard your inner world, you protect your dignity. The truth is, you've weathered more storms than most. You've earned the right to be seen as strong, not scared. Don't let fear become your identity. Let resilience be your story. Every wrinkle, every scar, every experience you carry, it's proof that you've already conquered so much. Speak your truth when needed, but never forget, silence, too, can be a sign of strength. Point 5. Never reveal every detail of your health. One of the hardest things about aging is dealing with health changes, new medications, slower recovery, or the quiet worry that your body isn't what it used to be. Naturally, you want to share those things with your family. You hope they'll understand, offer comfort, and check on you more often. But sometimes, being too open about your health can create the opposite effect. It can make your loved ones anxious, overprotective, or even controlling in ways that steal your independence. You might notice it happens gradually. A son starts questioning your every movement. A daughter insists on making all your appointments. A grandchild starts treating you like someone fragile. Suddenly, small freedoms, driving, cooking, or living alone, start slipping away. It's not because your family means harm. It's because love often shows up as fear, and fear can quietly take your power away. That's why it's important to share health details wisely. Speak honestly with your doctor, that's who needs the full picture. But when it comes to family, tell them what they need to know, not everything that crosses your mind. You can say, "I'm managing things just fine," or "I'll let you know if something changes." That small balance keeps your dignity intact. Remember, you've faced illness, pain, and healing before. You know your body better than anyone else. Sharing every ache or fear doesn't make you stronger, it often makes you feel smaller. Protect your confidence. Let your family see your strength more than your symptoms. Because when they see your courage, they treat you with respect, not worry. And that's the kind of care that truly honors your years. Point 6. Don't reveal every thought about family conflicts. As we grow older, we often become the quiet observers of family life. You see tensions between siblings, misunderstandings between your children and their spouses, or maybe even small rivalries that remind you of years gone by. Your heart wants peace for everyone, and sometimes you feel the urge to step in, to share your opinion, to fix things, or to explain who's right and who's wrong. But here's the truth: getting involved in every family disagreement rarely brings harmony. More often, it pulls you into emotional battles that drain your spirit. When you share too many opinions about who should apologize, who should visit more, or who isn't doing enough, you unintentionally place yourself in the middle of other people's emotions. Then, if they make up later, and they usually do, you're left carrying the weight of words you said in frustration or honesty. That's a heavy burden for someone who just wants peace. Instead, learn the power of gentle neutrality. You can listen, you can love, but you don't have to judge or take sides. Say things like, "You're both doing your best," or, "Give it time, love always finds a way." These small, calm responses stop you from becoming the referee of family drama. At this stage in life, your peace of mind matters more than proving a point. When you hold back your opinions and let others sort out their own problems, you protect your energy, and your relationships. Remember, not every truth needs to be spoken, and not every fire needs your water. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do for your family is stay peaceful while they find their own way back to each other. Point 7. Never reveal how lonely you sometimes feel. Loneliness is one of the quietest struggles many older adults face, and it's okay to admit that. Life changes after 65. Friends move away, loved ones pass on, routines slow down, and the house that once felt full of life can sometimes feel too quiet. It's natural to miss the noise, the laughter, and even the arguments that once filled your days. But sharing every bit of your loneliness with your family can unintentionally make them feel guilty or burdened, and that's not what your heart wants. When you often say things like, "No one visits me anymore," or, "I'm just sitting here alone," your children may feel helpless. They might already be juggling jobs, kids, and responsibilities, and your sadness becomes another weight they can't always carry. Over time, they might even start calling less, not because they don't love you, but because they feel guilty every time they can't fix it. That's why it's important to share your feelings wisely. You don't have to hide your emotions, but balance them with hope. Instead of saying, "I'm lonely," try saying, "I'd love to plan a call this week," or, "I miss you, let's catch up soon." This turns loneliness into connection. And remember, peace doesn't always come from people around you, sometimes it comes from within. Try joining a local senior group, a walking club, or a church community. These small steps create companionship and joy without depending on anyone's schedule. You've spent your whole life giving love to others. Now it's time to give some of that love back to yourself. You're not forgotten, you're evolving. And when you fill your own life with warmth, your presence becomes the light others are drawn to. As the years pass, you begin to realize that peace isn't something you find outside, it's something you protect inside. You've lived through joy, loss, hard work, and change. You've raised families, built homes, and faced countless storms. Now, this season of your life is about guarding the calm you've earned. Keeping certain parts of your life private doesn't mean you're hiding. It means you've learned that not everything needs to be discussed, explained, or justified. Some truths are meant to stay in your heart, safe, sacred, and yours alone. Because peace is fragile, it slips away when we give too many pieces of ourselves to people who don't always understand our journey. So as you move forward, remember, you don't owe anyone every detail of your thoughts, fears, or plans. You owe yourself tranquility. Choose silence when it brings peace. Choose privacy when it protects your dignity. And choose kindness, both toward others and yourself. If this message touched your heart, subscribe to Senior Wisdom for more gentle reminders about living your later years with grace, strength, and quiet joy. And tell us in the comments, what does peace mean to you now, at this stage of life. Because true wisdom isn't about knowing everything. It's about knowing what to keep close, and what to let go.